post for the Timberwolves. In the backcourt, Ricky Rubio and Luke Ridnour. And at the pivot, a bruising and physical 6'11", 290-pound center. A battering ram in Pekovic. And it's Andre Kirilenko. And it's Love in at the 4 spot. And then for the Miami Heat, Mario Chalmers in the electric D-Wade at the guards. They've got Shane Battier each and every night. So important to utilize that size under the basket. And you know he'll be contributing in every way he can here tonight. And it's LeBron James. And it's Allen in a power forward. And Love gets it to go.
And, you know, a lot of people aren't aware of this, but Eric Spoelstra's father was once the general manager of the Portland Trail Blazers. And Eric went on to play at the University of Portland, had a nice career there before hooking on with the Miami Heat. He's been with the organization for a long time.
Timberwolves on offense. It's a 3-point game. Ridnour kicks to Rubio. Passes it to Love. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. And for Coach Spoelstra, Steve, as you mentioned, family ties in the business of basketball. He's been around it since he was a little guy.
Yeah, he knew relatively early on in his life that he wanted to stay around the game. You know, after college, he played a couple of seasons professionally in Germany, and then ended up at the age of 25 working as an intern for the Heat as a video coordinator. So quite a climb for Eric Spoelstra.
Ridnour dishes to Pekovic. Great D that time from LeBron.
And excellent interior defense there. Good rotations.
No doubt about it, Steve. He's a real presence inside. Takes up a lot of space.
We got 28 seconds left here in the first quarter. Rubio outside. Pass to Kirilenko. Kicks to Pekovic. Clock at 6. Pekovic with a screen on Wade. Shoots off the step back with 1 on the clock. And Pekovic throws it down.
How's that for an encore after the offensive board?
That's the only way he knows how to do it. Monster stuff.
Oh, he makes life miserable down around the paint for anybody who...
Both teams have it going here early and still close through the first quarter. Heat lead by 3. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Heat?
Yeah, they've done a nice job here offensively to establish a rhythm and a pace to this game.
And I like that they're finding ways to score. Playing well here, Steve.
You know, I thought the Minnesota front office did an excellent job with the Timberwolves last year. Made a couple of key moves. One was bringing Rick Adelman in to coach the team, and the other was getting Ricky Rubio to leave the European league that he was playing in and come play for the Wolves. Those two additions really turned that franchise around.
Correa gets to Budinger. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Shved, no good. And Steve, the Wolves were a dangerous team before Rubio tore up his knee. If he can make a full recovery, Clark, they'll be a team certainly to be watched this season.
I agree. It's amazing the difference one playmaker can make. And Rubio completely changed the makeup of that team, Kevin. But I certainly also would think that Rick Adelman, being the head coach, was a factor as well.
That's a very good point. His experience, I think, helped that young team move along. And that one's good.
And it's his poise at the offensive end that impresses me most. This guy is unflappable.
Timberwolves trailed by 7. There's 38 seconds left now here in the second. Dishes it to Barea from outside the arc. It's hauled in by LeBron. The Heat have gone a nice 3-of-3 to start the second. With the lead pass, and the shot is good. Cole's got 6 points in the quarter. The Timberwolves have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Here is Barea. Williams a screen. Barea the pass to Williams. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Now Haslam inside. Good. Haslam's got his first points of the game.
I'm sure they'd like to get more shots like that one.
That'll do it for the first half. Heat out front.
Now, presented by Sprint.
Welcome, everybody. I'm Damon.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. Timberwolves trailed by 11.
You know, and moving forward for Miami, they probably won't have a lot of cap room because of the big contracts of Bosh, Wade, and LeBron.
How about that basketball, man? Wow. At his size, he can really finish at the rim.
Yeah, and not just layups, as you just saw, folks. Wow.
Unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, able to throw it down with ease.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Sprite. Good stuff.
You know, when I think of Ray Allen, I think of physical conditioning. When you look at him, he's well into his 30s, and yet takes great care of his body, can run forever, and still one of the great shooters in the game. A first ballot Hall of Famer for sure.
Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have?
Yes, Kevin, but Dwayne Wade, LeBron James tandem in Miami, already one of the best in NBA history, and they push each other to get better every day. As Dwayne Wade said, we compete after practice. Obviously, it's not about keeping score, but after a lot of practices, we'll do a lot of one-on-one work because we understand that competition between us will make both of us better. Kevin, scary for their competitors.
I believe it. Those must make for some good battles, Doris. Thanks. And Steve, with Ray Allen, we've all heard about his obsessive preparation. Don't you think, Clark, that helps his longevity?
Without question, Kevin. There's no doubt about it. I mean, you get what you put into it. In other words, what goes in the wash comes out in the rinse. His preparation and meticulous nature allowed him to play at a high level for a long time.
Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Here's Love. And it's Miami with the rebound. LeBron, that's a two-pointer. And some very quick points for him on that possession. LeBron's now got 4 points now in the quarter. Timberwolves trailed by 18. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. And Love backs in. Fades away. No good. Well, he'd go the other way with it. Tipped. Ridnour against Wade. Ridnour's shot is off. Allen with it. 18 points separating the teams. That's the biggest lead of the game.
And a missed opportunity right there.
Definitely. I think he should have converted that one.
Here's Ridnour. The top of the key jumper is on the mark. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back.
The Timberwolves.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up, and we're going to send it over to Doris Burke for the Sprite Uncontainable Game segment. Doris?
Kevin, for the Heat, it's been an uncontainable game from their point guard off the bench. He might not have been a starter in this one, but with the way he has played, you have to think he'll be on the floor when it comes to its conclusion.
Thank you, Doris. And it's almost that secret ingredient we've seen here tonight. He gave them a big-time boost when they needed it.
Yeah, something lit a fire under him, obviously, because as soon as he came in the game, he had a major impact. Maybe he's campaigning for a job in the starting lineup, but either way, he's really something.
Guys, it remains to be seen whether or not he can keep this up going forward, but clearly he's shown the capability of having big performances.
And some changes here for the Heat. Shane Battier is checked in for Anderson. Allen comes in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Chalmers in for Norris Cole. And a change for the Timberwolves. Chase Budinger, he's checked in for Luke Ridnour. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Ridnour is checked in. Here is Love. Over the team. Rebounded by Battier.
Well, they've built a big lead here so far, and a lot of it has to do with how well they've been rebounding.
Yeah, every time they make a stop, they're securing the rebound, and that's really allowed them to get out to this lead. Well, Bosch is a skilled power forward. He has a polished face-up game. What he really wants to do is catch the ball 15, 17 feet out, turn, face, and use either that jump shot or the quickness to get around his defender.
Well, a big part of his versatility is the accurate jump shot. I mean, able to spread the floor for his teammates as penetrators, and with his 6'11" height, it's a tough shot to recover to.
Rubio against Chalmers. Rubio misses.
He's always going to have a difficult time finishing when the defense is in his face like that.
Good ball movement here by the Heat. And the dunk by LeBron.
And that should definitely do it. Now it's starting to get out of hand.
Yeah, they're not just running to the finish line. They're running through the finish line right here. They're piling it on a bit.
Outside Kirilenko. Shoots the three. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Those are shots he shouldn't be afraid to take. He can make them.
Battier kicks to Chalmers. Good D by Rubio.
That was a layup, and you've got to knock that down. You've got to convert when you get those opportunities.
And Mario Chalmers gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Rubio against Chalmers. Rubio misses. Here's Allen. Battier right side. Over Ridenour. That's good from Battier on the assist by Bosch. And the Heat lead by 18.
I think we can chalk this one up. The goal now is just to run some time.
Yeah, I think it's time to get the bus started now, boys.
And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. Not much to be critical of with this win, Clark.
Not at all. I mean, they showed up not just to play. They showed up to give great effort and to win, and they did both.
Well, that'll do it.